Hi guys, welcome to my first ever video for YouTube. I'm going to do it on DayZ here. This is the standalone, as you can probably tell by my fire axe and my helmet. So what we're doing here, I've just started. I'm in Electro at the minute, and this is actually one of the newer buildings. I think it's a hospital. But in the old one, you would see it's the one with like double doors on the front, but you could only get in through the first set of doors and you could never get inside it. It's actually a pretty cool building. As you can see, I've got a bit of equipment on me already. I got my helmet, backpack, and I actually found one of these tan shirts just here in Electro. I just spawned maybe 15 or 20 minutes ago. I think I thought I saw somebody out of the corner of my eye down here, but as I've only got an axe, it's probably, it's not a good idea to go hunting people who may have weapons better than your axe. So as I say, this is the first video I've ever done. I played the DayZ mod for a few years, pretty much since it came out. I've tried all the different expansions, Epoch probably being my favourite. I really want to try the Battle Royale. I haven't actually ever played that. I've watched some videos, looks really good. You'll notice that during this video I do skip on some parts, as I don't want to make a video of a running simulator. As there's no vehicles in the standalone at the minute, that's what it can feel like sometimes. So that is duct tape on the floor there. I think in the future you're going to be able to use the duct tape to combine magazines, make a dual magazine. But at the minute I've tried and I cannot get them to basically get taped together by the duct tape. So I think it's still something that's in development. So there, I've just jumped forward a bit. I've just moved on a little bit west. What you'll want to do is, at the start, food and drink is your main thing. You have to stay alive, and the only way to stay alive is by eating and drinking at the start, and obviously staying away from zombies and unfriendly players. So you'll see down where I'm looking at there is a little well. But the thing about whales is, because everybody needs to drink, whales are sort of a hot spot of activity. And as I'm on the coast just outside Electro on a pretty full server, I think there's 37 or 38 people out of 40 whenever I joined, so it's a pretty full server. So yeah, just trying to make my way over to this water source without anybody spotting me or shooting me. So I think we're going to skip ahead here a bit. You can see just the water pump there, just between those two trees, sort of in the middle of the vision. And there we go. So the water pump is just over there. I'm just hiding in a little shed just to make sure that, it would be my luck that I would run up, start drinking, and somebody would be already on their way and they'd just run up and punch me in the back of the head or something. That's actually the reason I have the motorbike helmet on, is because I think it can save you from getting knocked out from a punch. Now there's a soldier's helmet on this, and that can actually save you if you have a pristine soldier's helmet. It's a green helmet. It can actually save you from a headshot, although the helmet will be ruined afterwards, and if you get shot in the head again with it, then yeah, I think it would count as a headshot. So I've checked out that house. There doesn't seem to be anybody in there. And what I'm doing here is I'm just going to keep on drinking until it says that I feel full. Or, it says I feel really full, my stomach feels full, something along those lines. As you can see, it takes a lot of drinks to actually fill your water level. So there you go. I feel really full, and 2 for luck. So that's the new jump in the standalone. It's so much better than any of the other vaults or jumps that I've seen in the other DayZ mods. So I'm just going into this house. Obviously I've got my water, I need food now. So there's a bit of can of spaghetti. You see I'm just checking some stuff there. I don't know why, I knew that was a pair of jeans, but sometimes you just get used to hitting tab to view whatever's on the floor. Got some shotgun shells. Now there isn't a shotgun in it yet. I think the next guns to be released, I think there's 4, maybe 5 guns that should be released quite soon, and there's a sawn-off shotgun, which looks pretty cool. There is I think it's like a double-barreled shotgun. So that's, I don't know, obviously it's not released yet, I don't know what it's going to be like, what the accuracy is going to be like, but yeah, it's a double barrel shotgun is an okay shotgun. I mean, you've only got 2 shots, so if you're going up against somebody with an axe, then yeah, that's okay. So yeah, I'm just travelling west here. I'm going to try and make my way to Cherno. I'm sort of near Cherno now. I've just come to this hillside because it's really cool. It's a nice wee spot to maybe sit and eat, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to eat some food as I'm hungry. I've only got some powdered milk, and I've got a can of spaghetti there which I picked up. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to eat this. There's a couple of houses down there. I'm going to keep an eye on, see if there's anybody comes wandering past them. Maybe I can go up and get a bit of player interaction if they're not armed. You know, if they're armed, well, I'm not going to go near them because, you know, I've only got a fire axe. It's probably the best melee weapon there is, but it's still only a fire axe. So it's going to say to 8. I'll probably speed this up a little bit. Yep, there we go. And yeah, it's always good to keep an eye around you. You never know who's trying to sneak up on you. That's something that this guy obviously didn't do, as he's lying face down in the dirt. I got some green pants off him, but as you can see there's still a few bugs. It's an alpha. The trousers aren't actually on my legs, so I've got invisible legs at the minute, but you'll see they're actually being dragged across the ground at my feet. And there we go, they're on. So the door there was already open, so I know somebody has already been here. And some more food, it's always good. Oh, and this is one thing that's really cool. I've come across Bibles in this, but this book, it's the old Babylonian version of the Gilgamesh epic, and I'm pretty sure the Gilgamesh epic is one of the epics from the Maharaja, which is a book that predates the Bible and things like that. You know, it's comes from old Indian texts, I believe. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll maybe sit down and have a read of that later on. Read, you know, it is actually the full book. That's a good thing about these. You know, if you find a book like I found the Jungle Book, and it's the full book, which is really cool. So here, I'm just moving on towards Cherno. The only action I've come across so far is a couple of zombies, so I'm like literally just outside Cherno now, near the industrial, killing some zombies with my axe. As you can see, 1 hit kills, and I've come on into Cherno now, and hey, I found a Mosin. Great stuff. Unfortunately I don't have any Mosin ammo, but what I do have is I have a pristine bipod and a worn PU scope. So the PU scope, you'll see in a minute, it's a pretty cool scope. You know, only really for close to mid-range, and of course, unless it's pristine, the accuracy is kind of sunky. There you can see you can actually deploy the bipod and retract it, and that should give you, if you're lying down prone, and you have your bipod deployed, it should give it a much greater accuracy to your shot. So you see there the little scope. It's kind of cool. In fact, it's a very cool scope. I really do like it. I love the the wee reflections of the glass there. I mean, it's really nice little gun. Well, it's not a little gun. It's like an antenna sticking out of your back sometimes. But yeah, it's like a single shot bolt action rifle. So there is a medipack. And actually, around now, you might have heard it there. There is M4 shots going off around me, so I want to get this medikit back on me as quick as possible. And I'm hearing some M4 shots. They sound like they're coming from out the back here. Now, as I say, I have no ammo for the Mosin, which is unlucky because the shots sound like they were relatively close. But I figure, I'll have a little look. If it's a group of people just running about, I've bumped into a few groups before, and groups seem to be friendlier than just one person or two people on their own. If there's 3 or 4 guys just sort of running through a town, they're usually approachable. If it's 3 or 4 guys, lying camping a square or something, then they're probably not approachable. It wouldn't be a good idea to go into that square. As you can imagine, they're only there for one reason. I forgot to say, I have to apologise for the frame rate in this video. As it's my first video, I don't have the best computer ever, but I've been wanting to make videos for DayZ and other games for a long time now. I've never really had the computer to do it. I have got a bit of an upgrade. There's another M4 shot. That sounds even closer just out the back here. So I'm pretty sure he's relatively close. He's probably not shooting people. He's probably shooting zombies, which would say he's probably friendly. Bandits generally don't shoot zombies, as they don't want anybody to know they're there. But I'm just going to run out, try and get away from this building, just in case he's seen me go in here. And I'll flank round to the back, where I think those gunshots are coming from, and I'll see if I can bump into him. Although, running with an axe out and a Mosin on your back, should tell people that you're not a threat. You're just trying to get zombies. In fact, there was another M4 shot, sounded really close. Yeah, I actually thought he was up in that building there I just looked at. But then those windows were closed off, so I'm just not sure where he is at all. I'm thinking, is he over in the building I had just left, the pub I had just left? It sounded like he sort of came from the hotel direction across this green in front of me. But sometimes it's just really hard to tell, especially looking back at the video. You can say, oh yeah, the shot definitely came from that direction, but sometimes when you're playing, you're not expecting the shot, and you hear something and you think, oh shit, what was that? Where did it come from? But yeah, I'm just, it sounded like it came around from here. That's the building I was up in, just in that corner back there. That's the International Hotel, but I look about for a bit, but there's no sign of him, so I decide to run on. Now this is something that's really cool. This is the International Hotel, and this was never here before, so somebody's obviously tried to get away from the zombie apocalypse, and they've ended up crashing their plane into the hotel. And here I've just jumped on. I am up in the fire station now, and I'm still hearing a few shots going off, but they're a little bit more distant now. I managed to find myself a pistol, but I still don't want to use it to shoot any zombies, so I'm going to get my axe out again. And there's a zombie down here that hasn't quite figured out how to use stairs, so I try and hit her. As you can see, your axe actually swings through 3D space now, so you've seen there that first hit actually hit the wall in front of her, because it's just, if you're in a confined space, it is kind of hard sometimes to get a great shot with your axe. And this is actually the first time I've come across walkie-talkies. I actually found two walkie-talkies in this place, and I thought, I don't think they're working, but I thought, I'll take them, I'll hold on to them, I'll give one to my friend when he logs on, and sure, we can test to see if they're working. Now, apparently the walkie-talkies, you have to, so nobody else hears them, you have to find like a headset. So basically a little pair of earphones, um, and that will, you can use along with the walkie-talkie. So now I've made it out of Cherno alive, surprisingly. I'm now just at the eastern end of Balota runway. And this is usually a pretty sketchy place. It's the sort of place you would see people with Mosins and long range scopes. Now, it's not the sniper hill of Balota airfield, but it's a pretty good hill to snipe on, because everybody knows Sniper Hill, and they go check it for snipers just lying in trees. So it's a pretty easy place to get shot. You'll see here I've moved up. I'm now at the lower admin building, and what I'm doing here is, there's no binoculars in this yet, but if you take your field of view down, you can actually see a lot further. I'm just going to wait till the glass on the top of that air tower, there we go, becomes clear. I can see that there doesn't seem to be anybody in there. I don't see anybody. There's some barracks buildings just across the other end of the runway, on sort of the southwest end. I don't see anybody there. I can't get that that building to come into view properly, so I figure, yeah, I'll move down. I've got a pistol with some ammo. I've got a Mosin. If I find some ammo from a Mosin, that's usually, a one-shot kill with a Mosin. If you hit torso and head, you're taking them down. The good thing, well, the good and bad thing about the standalone is, if you shoot somebody, say, in the legs, and they have stuff in their pockets, say they have like a scope, a long range scope for the Mosin in their pockets, and I shoot somebody in the legs, there's a very high chance that I will damage that scope that's in their pocket. So if they had a pristine scope and I shoot them in the legs, damage their trousers for one, and then if I go and search them, I'll probably find that the scope is now ruined and the accuracy will be terrible. So I just like to check all the corners. It's sometimes very hard to spot people in the standalone, especially if they're all green. Everybody goes for green, and somebody's just lying in some grass. It's very hard to spot them while you are moving. But if you stand still for a while and have a look, it usually is a bit easier to spot them. So the doors are open here. There's definitely been people here. I mean, it's below the airfield. This is the place on the coast to go to get guns. I'm not a big fan of it because there's so many bandits, and even though you may talk to them and put your hands up and try and cooperate them, to get some real sort of player interaction, usually the guys just shoot you the first chance they get, which it sucks. Like, I'd rather be force fed some disinfectant and die that way than sort of surrender to somebody for them just to shoot me in the face. I mean, that just doesn't make sense. If you've gone as far as making somebody surrender, then why not use some handcuffs on them. See if they have handcuffs. If you don't, you can take their handcuffs off them. You can make them drop all their clothing, so they're just standing in their t-shirts and their boxer shorts, and that way they have nothing on them, because the only other place they put something would be in their hands, and you'd see that they have it in their hands. So yeah, there's so much you can do, with player interaction now. I mean, I've got some plans for the future, and hopefully I'll get them captured on video. Let's say I'm really surprised I haven't actually bumped into anybody here. I mean, I've left Electro, travelled through Journo, and I'm now at Balota in one of the admin buildings, and I haven't actually seen a single person. Um, which is really surprising, for a full server. Uh, you know, for only hearing those couple of shots in Journo, I'm very surprised. So I got myself a new jacket there. I'm picking up some ammo. It's not for my gun, the Mosin. It was for the M4. But if I find an M4 and I have ammo for an M4, then that's obviously what I'm going to go with. I'm going to take the M4 with ammo rather than go with a Mosin without ammo, because basically having a primary weapon with no ammo, you're basically just making yourself a target, and you can't really defend yourself. And if I come up against somebody with an M4 now, and I only have my pistol, they're going to go, okay, he's got a pistol out, he's got a Mosin and a fire axe, he's a pretty deadly threat. They don't know that I don't have ammo for the Mosin, but they're probably going to try and take me out as soon as possible. Whereas if I just, even if I only had the fire axe and the pistol, you know, they're probably not going to treat me as hostile as they are if they see a Mosin on my back. So there's nothing really in there. Yeah, I got some food, some ammo, and a new jacket. So I'm just going to pop into these trees here and run on up the airfield a bit. Obviously, it's harder for somebody to see me in grass than it is running up the actual airfield. So the air tower is just there. It's a pretty good place for things like scopes and bipods and backpacks, and a bit of food and water as well. But I'm just going to run in, all guns blazing. If somebody's in here, hopefully they're friendly. If they're not, I'll just have to try and take them out. So we'll see how it goes. There's nobody over there. What have we got? Oh, we have 2 dead bodies. What a surprise. I don't think I've ever came to this air tower and not found a dead body at it. So, I'll just give it a quick look, see what he has. Got a bit of ammo there for my Mosin, so I can actually use that now. You see me right click the gun there. That's to see if he has a attachment, or not an attachment. I would see an attachment, but to see if he has a clip, a magazine attached to it. So I'm thinking, do I take the M4? I'm not sure. So you see, yep, detached 15 round FNX, what is it, FNX 45 or something. So you see I was able to take his clip out, which he has 12 out of 15 bullets. So I'm presuming maybe these two guys, one was coming in, one was coming out. They both startled each other. This guy shot him a couple of times with a pistol, and the other guy, maybe shot him with whatever he had. I don't know. You can see there's actually a pistol on the ground there, so maybe one of them tried to handcuff the other one or make him surrender. But they obviously both ended up dying. Maybe somebody else came in and caught them mid-act and just shot the both of them, which is probably the more likely story. I shouldn't really spend this much time looting here, because the guy that killed these guys, he could still be upstairs, and there's a good chance that he would hear me doing things like I've just put that clip in the gun. He would have heard that. He could hear my footsteps. I don't think there is anybody here though, because these guys, if they were just killed, I'm pretty sure I would have heard the shots while I was up at the other admin building. But there we have a hunter backpack. To me, that's the best backpack in the game. It's the second biggest, but as you'll see whenever I put it on here, it's the best camoed. So you know, I think it's got 5 less slots than the biggest backpack. So I'd rather sacrifice 5 slots than have, you know, a big red or a really large blue, or even the green in the large backpacks. It's like a lime green, so it doesn't really camo very well. You can see that that's it actually there. I've just walked over the top of it. Um, so you know, that to me is the best backpack. Can opener, I've got a can opener, so I don't need to worry about that. What I do need to worry about is if there's somebody up here, and while I'm up here, what is going to be shooting at me. So because of those dead bodies, I'm pretty, you know, I'm not really keen on staying up here too long. There's another can opener, some more shotgun shells. Loot does spawn on the little walkway around the edge, and it also spawns on the roof there. There's a wee ladder up to the roof, but I'm not taking the risk. I'm going to get out of here now. I've got some good loot off those guys. I'm going to go maybe check out the other admin building, possibly go check out the barracks. I try and hide these bodies. So obviously I don't want somebody coming up straight after me with no weapons, picking up their weapons and then trying to shoot me in the back with them. So I'm just going to run out into the trees here again. The hangars there, they do spawn some good loot sometimes. Usually it's just backpacks and bags and maybe a few ammunition clips. But you know, the odd time you'll find an M4 or, you know, a mod, a scope. Oh, there's another body, so maybe this guy had something to do with the death of those two guys. And he has got a really good M4. He's got a good scope, he's got a good hand grip, he's got the bipod flashlight. You know, I never used a flashlight, but it looks really cool. He's got those yellow boxes there. What they do is they take up 4 slots in a square of your inventory, and you can actually put 6 things in them. So basically they give you an extra 2 slots, and it's a really cool thing. But the thing I like the most about this guy is he has lots of food. As you can see there, it says I'm hungry, and that's one thing I found it hard to find. I mean, I didn't really search Electro too hard, and I didn't search Cherno too hard, because you don't want to stick around for too long and then, you know, end up getting shot. So basically you're just doing looting for somebody else to come and find you. You want to loot as much as possible, but you also want to move sort of out of big towns as quickly as possible. So I'm just going to get rid of some of the stuff. You've seen there, the yellow case, I had to put it in my inventory and then I can put it in my hand. I'm going to pop my walkie-talkies into it so that me and my friend can test them later on. There's another case, so I'm going to have to try and, excuse me, I'm going to have to try and make some more room to get this other yellow case into my hands. So you see I've got 2 slots there. I don't need those 20 rounds of Mosin ammo. If I move the, oh, that didn't go right. If I move that clip up there and put my water bottle up here, there we go. We've got enough room, and we'll see what's in it. We've got a load of food and drink, so I don't really need drink. The thing about drink is, you know, every town has a water pump, so you know there's not really a great necessity to carry too many cans of drink, if any cans of drink at all. I mean, if you fill up on water, it should be a good hour before it says you're thirsty again. But you know, if you keep on filling up, if every time you leave, if you know where the water pump is, you know, that's probably one of the greatest bits of knowledge you can have in this game at the minute, is to know where the water pumps are. As well, you know, there's lots of ponds and stuff that you can drink from. So you know, it's a good thing to know where your water pumps are. So I've absolutely no space left whatsoever. So I'm thinking, you know, I probably, instead of sticking around Balota here, I should probably, you know, head off into the trees here. This is Sniper Hill now. Now this is a dodgy run. You know, I sort of just take my chance and see if I can make it out of here. But there could be snipers anywhere in that hill. But I'm going to take a chance. I'm just going to run, and hopefully my camo will sort of give me as much cover as I need. Now, you can see there I'm just up the hill a bit, but what happened was my DayZ crashed. When I came back in, I had no backpack and no shoes, so all the stuff that I just looted off that guy is pretty much gone. I've still got the awesome M4, so I think I'm just going to cut my losses. I'm going to head up into this little hut, try and close the door, but I don't think you can close the door of these huts. I'm going to see if I have any food left to eat, but I think it was all in my backpack. There may have been some in that yellow case. You can see there, all I've got left is my pants and my jacket and my gun, which kind of sucks. But what's in here? No, it's my handcuffs and my walkie-talkies. I would have done anything for the other case, but what can you do? I've lost my pistol, I've lost my tin opener and my compass. You can see along the bottom there. I don't have them anymore. But that's DayZ at the minute. It is an alpha. You have to expect some bugs. All that stuff. Easy come, easy go. You can find it again. So I'm gonna take a drink. I'll get food next time I'm on. I was hoping to maybe read a bit of that Gilgamesh epic, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to now, because I think that was also in the backpack I just lost. So lie down here, go to sleep, and that's it. So guys, thank you for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry there wasn't a bit more action for you guys, but hopefully you'll tune in next time and I'll find somebody to do a bit of player interaction with. Okay guys, thanks, bye bye.